Hi everyone, this is Kelly, and I am going to be making a pinwheel card, and I'm going to be using a stamp and die set out of the mini catalog. It's called Words of Cheer, and it's a great stamp set. It also has wonderful dies that can do the word cheer or also do the word happy and cut out some of the stamps that we have on the inside here, such as this and these. So this is the card we're going to do. It is called, I just call it Cheer, but it is a pinwheel card. So because it's a pinwheel card, you can see that it's, oh, let me get this in the view. I think this is the perfect view right here. So here's the card. Here's what it looks like from an aerial view. And so the card looks like this. And then you flip it. It will look like this. This is the back side of your card where you can put a message to the recipient. And then this is just the side panels again. And now you are back to the front of the card. So we're going to start building this card. The style that I am using I got from France Martin. She's a wonderful demonstrator, and she always says voila, which just cracks me up. I love her. And she did this. So the items you're going to need are, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 4 7/8. So this is 5.5, this is 4 7/8, and then it's scored. And then you should have 3 other pieces that are the same color as your cardstock, and these are 5.5 by 2 1/8, and then scored. These are all scored on 3/4. So that makes up the base of your card. You will also need some designer series paper. You will need 2 thinly cut pieces of paper that are, boy, I have to look at my measurements here, that are going to be 5.5 by 2 1/8. Oh, no, those were the green ones. Sorry, let me just go back here. Okay, so this one is going to be 2 pieces cut at 5 3/8 by 2. So you'll have 2 of these. And then you'll have 2 of these in 5 3/8 by 1 1/4. Now you can have also 2 of these at the 5 3/8 by 2, but in this particular diagram or version, I am using a white piece for the back, so there's something to write on, and I am going to adhere that for a decorative part, and then you'll have 2 of these. So let's get started. We've kind of gone through that pretty fast, but hopefully it makes sense. And let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I had die cut out the word cheer, and that it's on a sticky back paper, and so it will glue down onto my red piece that is right here. And then we will have, let me just finish taking them out, and then I will adhere them. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom and go ahead and pull this apart. And I hope I put, yep, I did. Sometimes I wonder, did I put it on or did I forget to put it on? And I can never tell until I poke at it a little bit. This part, I think, is the longest part of the whole process, is this and gluing cheer onto this. But if you put the sticky back sticker paper on it before you die cut it, it makes it easier for a lot of people who don't like to glue. I'm a glue person, so I don't have a problem with gluing, but a lot of people do. Now let me get this off of here. And as you can see, these little bits are kind of up. There we go, got that one off. Now I just need the rest of the E to get cleaned off. There we go. Got the whole E cleaned off now, and we can stick that one down. I try to get them in there as straight as possible and as equal as possible on all sides. And I apologize, this is going to be a long video if you're watching me do this part. At least I didn't have you watch me cut it all out. So that's pretty good. And I am primarily making this for my students who could not make it to class the other night. And this is not a card that they probably could just look at and put together. If you're not part of my classes, you can certainly... if you see this video and you want to contact me, just put a message on the video and I will see it, and then I will contact you. You're more than welcome to be part of my card classes. They usually are every Tuesday, or every month. Gosh, I can't talk. Every month on Tuesday, the third Tuesday of the month. However, for the month of December, because everybody is so busy, including myself, I am not doing a card class in December. We will take back up in January. Will be the third Tuesday of January 2022, and we'll be doing cards that are sort of Valentine's inspired, but not necessarily a Valentine's card, because not everybody has a Valentine's card that they want to make, but they also people also have other occasions like an anniversary, or Valentine's is a great day for a lot of people to get engaged. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build our base. And so to build our base, I'm going to fold this and burnish it with my bone folder. And I'm going to fold again and burnish with my bone folder. And I'm going to do that on all four scores here. Okay, now I've done that, and you can see that this can turn into a square here depending upon where you glue it. So let me show you the easiest way to glue this. You're going to go from the side with the small scoring and the next one, and you're going to fold that in. You can either use tear tape or you can use glue. I am a glue girl, so I'm going to be using glue if it comes out of the bottle good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my glue on there, and then I am just going to fold this over and press down. What that will do is it will create a perfect box for me, so I don't have to worry about holding it in the right place. See? Absolutely perfect. This was a trick that France had on her video, and I loved that she had that, and I just love showing it. So I'm going to turn this so that my flap is to this side. And now I'm going to take one of these pieces that is scored, and I am going to glue in the small portion of this card, and we are going to start building the pinwheel. Okay, now what I do is I line it up with this so that it's equal on the top and the bottom, and I just fold down. Now the one thing that's nice about glue, some people don't like it, but what I like about glue is sometimes it gives you a moment to be able to do things like move it and line it up. So now we have two pieces adhered, or we have two parts of our pinwheel, I should say. We're going to do that again with the next one. Again, here's my score line. Right here, I'm going to put glue on this part. And I suppose I should be in camera when I'm gluing for you. Okay, now this time I'm going to set this on here, and I am just going to hold it, and then I'm going to fold over because it wasn't flat before. I couldn't do it flat, otherwise this would not be correct. And I'm just going to, I just go back and forth like this. It's just a little bit of pressure, nothing hard. And now we should have 3 attached to our card. And now we're going to do the last one, which is pretty much the same thing we did with the other 2. And what you want to do is you want to line it up with the rest of your card. Okay, and then you're going to fold this one over, and you want to make sure it's lined up inside here and at the top and the bottom. Okay, so now we will go ahead and we will burnish this. Okay, so when we are done, we should have what is called a pinwheel, and it will stand up for you. Now, the side that has the 2-inch piece that has no score line on it is the front of your card. And we are going to start by putting our designer series paper here that happens to be white with the trees on it. Now you can change this up. It can all be one color, one type of paper. You do not have to do 2 different kinds. That's up to you. I like the 2 different kinds, so that's the reason why I did 2 different kinds. Now this front one is going to get the cheer put on it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to messily put in some glue. I'm not very exact with it. I just try to get glue all the way up and down. And then I'm going to look at this and say, gee, that looks about straight. And I'm going to just set it down and just press. Okay, so now I have the front of my card done. Okay, front of card done. Before we do anything else, we're going to just flip this over. We are now going to put something on this 2-inch piece, but you'll see that it has a score line. We are going to cover that up, and we're going to cover that up with some design, with some white, basic white cardstock, because I like to have the ability to write on my cards. They're not just for show. They're usually some message that goes with it. And in the card kit we had this month, I have 2 little pieces here, one to go here and one to go here. Now at this point, you do not have to be using glue. I just like glue, so I use it. But like I said, you can be using tape. You can be using score tape at this time. Glue just gives me the flexibility to move these little pieces and line them up the way I like best. Okay. So let me get that on there. So now we have the front and the back of our card. Basically, the center panel or the main panel is done. Okay, we're going to flip back over to the front side of the card. And we're going to take our designer series paper that is red. And I'm just going to say if it is directional, you want to keep everything going the correct direction. You don't really want to put this in upside down. It would be disturbing to the eyes. At least it would be for mine. So I'm going to take one thin strip of red and put it on the left side. So again, I'm using glue. You do not have to use glue. I try to make them be approximately the same distance all the way around, lined up. Just give it a little bit of a burnish with your fingers. And now we're going to take a 2-inch piece and we are going to adhere it on this part right here. Okay, so let me get my glue going. Glue, 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 glue. Okay, glue. And I'm going to center that on that 2-inch piece. So it looks like it's about the same as everything else. Okay, so now when I look at the front of my card, I've got the white in the center, I've got 2 reds, And if you look here, I did that upside down. Now, if my glue stuck too fast. So this particular card is going to have one panel upside down. So you can either cut another piece and put it there, or you can leave it like that. Okay? And I may just make it so it's consistent wherever the red is. One is right side up and one is one side down, so that it makes sense to my eyes. So I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to put this one here. And just what I told you not to do, I did. But it's okay. It'll be fine. I'm probably the only person who's going to ever know that that is upside down. But there we go. And then I'm going to put the 2-inch piece here. And I'm going to put it in upside down so it looks like it was purposeful even when it wasn't. Sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. And that's it. So now my back side has got 2 reds. My front side has got 2 reds. And you should have 2 other pieces to go in here. So if I turn this, you will see that I need to put one of the white ones here, which I will do. And it's okay that the other is upside down. It is just what it is. It is a small enough pattern that it really won't be as noticeable until somebody truly looks at it up front. So the back side, the white, this is just white here because we didn't do a complete designer series paper there. But let's go to the other side, to this side where we have the red here. And I am going to put my designer series paper, the white one, on that last spot. Okay. And I think we're good. So now I'm going to go to the front of this. And in the card, there is some embellishments. There are 4 little leaves, holly leaves, and some red for holly berries. Now, because this is a little bit of a plasticky feel to the leaf, it takes a bit for it to get adhered. So you really want to just hold it there. And you can go 2 big leaves, 2 little leaves, 1 of each. I'm going to try 1 of each on this one. All the others I did it a little different, but it's okay. And then we're going to put, I love how they flop around. We're going to put a cluster of 3 gems right here. And they're just going to look like there are holly berries. I just think these are so pretty. And it's okay if they're not perfectly in the center. That looks beautiful to me. And I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go to this other one. This time I'm going to put my leaves down towards the bottom. And the beauty of this card, more than anything else, is the fact that it's a fun fold. It's kind of intricate. It's very easy to make. Looks cool. But it all fits in a regular envelope. So I like that. I don't have to pay more postage to send this out. And part of the reason why I put the holly leaves in 2 different spots on here is so that there's not one spot that's higher than the other. And that is the completed card. So here we have it. Cheer, some berries. Here we can put our message. You could stamp on here Merry Christmas, or you can leave it blank. It depends. And this is how it would be standing up if you were looking at it from on top. In the front, it would look like this. Okay. For my envelope, I usually stamp my envelopes. Everybody knows that. And I just use a stamp that was in the stamp set of words of cheer. And I'm going to use Evening Evergreen. And I'm going to put a piece of paper under here because I'm not going to use the whole stamp. I'm just going to use a portion of it. And I'm going to look at where I've got ink. And then I'm just going to stamp down here. Now a little of it's going to go on the paper maybe, maybe not. That one went pretty good. Doesn't always work that well. But hey. And then I'm going to stamp some on the back here. So I want it sort of in the center so that I have a little bit of holly and poinsettias on the front. Again, here there's some, and the finished card. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it made it easier. For those in my class, you did receive a sheet that gave you the dimensions to cut for each thing, where to score each thing, and also how I put it together. If you find a different way to put it together that's a little bit easier, please do that. For me, I had to keep it straight, I had to do the front panel, then the back, fill in the sides for the front and back, and then work on my sides for the side panels here. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and bye-bye.